Hey everybody, it's LaShonda King. Thank you for subscribing to our LDK YouTube page and also for following us at Queen King Slays on Instagram. Welcome to Talk About It Tuesday, where we talk about a topic that you all from the community present to me. I do a little research and think about it and share what I found with you all. So today we have a question from Colorado, and it's about faking it till you make it, y'all. Does that concept resonate with anyone? Have you ever felt like you had to fake it until you make it? So the question is faking it till you make it real, and do people actually thrive after they have faked it until they made it? So let's dive into that one. I have a few perspectives about that. I am actually fairly opinionated about the term fake it until you make it, and I am happy to discuss that with you all today for Talk About It Tuesday. So what is faking it till you make it? So the concept of faking it till you making it is basically doing something that you feel like you're not qualified for, you don't know how to do, or that you don't do well, and just continuing to do it until you actually get good at it or you become successful at it. So fake it until you make it. Like, who does it? I think if you accept that term, everybody does it in some capacity. There's always going to be things that we don't know how to do, things that we don't understand or know, and a lot of times we'll just adapt and adjust and try and go forward even if we don't fully know how to do something. Why do we do that? One, it's a method of like protection. No one wants to be seen as someone who doesn't know something, who doesn't understand. It's not really common for us to want to seem like we're not competent and capable. So it's just something that we do to kind of protect ourselves. And so how do people get away with it? People just do it, you know. Sometimes in certain situations, faking it until you make it can be perfectly fine. In other situations where people really need to be trained to do something, that can also be a problem, and it can cause damage or hurt to people or to things, or even in some cases it can have legal consequences. So I definitely do not advocate faking anything that you're not licensed or trained or prepared to do. But the concept of preparation is what takes us into our actual topic about what it means to fake it until you make it. So I kind of like to be a little bit of a wordsmith and a nerd, so I looked up the word fake to kind of make sure we had a good common understanding of what fake actually means. So fake means to pretend, to deceive, to be fraudulent, or to be an imposter. So fake it till you make it. So you're being a fraudulent imposter who is being deceptive and pretending. All right, so the opposite or the antonym of fake is to be authentic, genuine, or real. So are you really faking it until you make it because you're doing something that you don't fully know how to do? I don't know. I kind of disagree with the term fake it till you make it. I actually believe that words and how we express them are very powerful to our psyche and how we believe we can go forward and do things. I kind of err on the side of confidence, and I know that that's something that other people may struggle with, and there's some things that I struggle with confidence. And so instead of saying like fake it till you make it, I use words like resourceful, confident in my abilities, or drawing on previous experiences, because that's really what you're doing. I don't think that, if you really think about it, there's not a whole bunch of situations where you're completely oblivious, like you completely know nothing, and you're going into a situation where you're trying to fake something until like you know how to do it perfect. In actuality, you're actually drawing upon previous experiences. Maybe you're making a hypothesis or an educated guess about how something does. Maybe you're being brave enough to actually learn something as you go. So that's actually a skill set, to be able to learn something as you go. So instead of seeing it as faking it until you make it, why not change the wording of that? Why not change your mindset around how you think about it? Now, I do have a friend who sees faking it as you make it as a good thing. She doesn't see it as a negative phrase at all. For me, because the word fake is so strong, To me, it's negative, but basically, you know, everybody can see it different. So if you see it as a negative thing, like I have to fake this until I make it because I'm an imposter, I don't deserve to be here, I don't actually have this knowledge, I don't actually have this skill set, I challenge you to challenge your mind. I challenge you to think about how you frame it and to change your mindset. So if one of the words of fake it till you make it, the word fake, is an imposter, that kind of leads me to a related topic, talking about imposter syndrome. So imposter syndrome is when you basically don't believe that your accomplishments are valid. Like maybe you got lucky, maybe, you know, people didn't expect as much of you. It is kind of an internalized fear that you're not good enough, that you're fake, that your greatness or your intelligence or your ability to do a job or a role or a task is actually not real, and that you're going to be found out and exposed as an imposter or fake. So I think I wanted to bring to your attention two different things in thinking about this concept of fake it till you make it. The concept of confidence and the concept of having a growth mindset. So confidence is just basically believing in yourself to do something. And having a growth mindset means that you believe that learning and the ability to grasp new concepts is something that's fluid. Like you can learn, even if you don't know it now, that intelligence is something that always grows and that you can learn. The opposite of growth mindset is a fixed mindset. So I feel like the concept of faking it until you make it is part of the umbrella of a fixed mindset, because it basically says, I don't know this, but I'm going to keep faking and doing something that's not real until I make it. I mean, what if you don't see it that way? It's okay not to know everything. It's okay not to know how to do anything. I would say that as a woman and as a woman of color, imposter syndrome affects women disproportionately. It also affects people of color disproportionately. So if you are at the intersection of many marginalized groups, so say you're like a woman, or you have a disability, or you identify as, you know, a different sexual orientation, say you're not of the dominant religion, or you're in a career field where you're the minority, you could even be a man, but say you're, you know, in a field that's primarily female dominated. All those areas affect your psyche and your mind and your mindset. So if you have a growth mindset, basically, like, you're not really faking anything. You're confident in your ability to learn as you go, to pick up, to be resourceful, to be resilient, and to be okay with making mistakes. No one is perfect. No one knows everything. Even if you're a skilled surgeon and you're in the middle of surgery and something comes up that you did not expect in the procedure, you're not faking it until you make it. You're improvising and you're using your knowledge as a physician to make an educated decision, a hypothesis. You're learning as you go. And there's nothing wrong with that. The last part of that question is, do people thrive after they fake it until they make it? I think that also depends on how you see faking it until you make it. So if you see trying something and learning along the way, or faking it till you make it, as a negative thing, like something you're just doing to get by, but you still have that imposter syndrome, no, you're not going to thrive. Like, to thrive is to really flourish and to grow and to progress. But if you minimize your abilities and what you can actually do by saying you're faking it, you're probably not going to thrive, because you're going to consider your success luck versus actual skill or talent or aptitude. So if you have that growth mindset and you're like, you know, I'm not faking anything. I am learning as I go. I am proving that I am resilient. I am proving that I am able to just make it do what it do. Then yeah, I think you will thrive, because after you accomplish that, you won't minimize what you've done by saying I faked it. You'll basically know that you can do anything else. So yes, you can thrive after you learn as you go, or not know everything and then figure it out. Like, you can definitely thrive. I mean, I've definitely felt imposter syndrome at some points in my time, personally, in my life, in my career, even in the thought of doing these videos sometimes. But I have to realize that I don't know everything, but I'm still awesome and I'm amazing. I am a quick thinker. I have the ability to do anything that I put my mind to. So now I will apply for a job if I don't meet all the criteria that are on the thing. You know why? Because I can learn it. There's YouTube, there's Google, there's the internet. I can do it. I can learn it. I am no longer faking anything until I make it. I am confident in my abilities to learn what I may not currently know and use that information, that expertise that I've gained to then thrive, to then be confident. And I allow that to basically drive me to know that future situations can be the same. I am not a faker. I am real. Nothing about me is disingenuous or fraudulent or an imposter. What I bring to the table is what I bring to the table. If I don't currently know it, I'm going to find out. I'm going to learn it. Therefore, I'm real. I'm genuine. And I'm a boss for that. So, tell me you all about your battle with imposter syndrome. What are some areas that you have felt fake or like you're going to be exposed in? How does that affect you applying to jobs? How does it affect you interacting with people? How does it affect your performance at work? Like, it's a lot of pressure when we have imposter syndrome. It's a lot of pressure on ourselves when we think that we're being fake. Because who wants to be fake? I don't. I mean, maybe some people do. I don't know. But yeah, so below, tell me about it. I really want to hear. Respond to other people in the community if they have something that they're sharing that resonates with you. I hope that this has been informative. I don't really believe in faking it till you make it. And yes, I do believe that people who don't know something initially can thrive. So I need you to go ahead, be great, thrive, and research what you don't know and slay that. Thank you for seeing us, and we'll see you for Transparency Thursday. Have a good night.